on our way over to the chicken coop. Yeah, it's coming along. Marley and I got the floor put in yesterday. She was a huge help and really enjoyed doing it. So we used reclaimed wood. You'll be able to see here. It's kind of scrapped together. But all in all, it came out pretty well. And all this is going to do is be a base that we're going to lay tile on. We got some free tile from a contractor that was headed to the dump, and he just offered it to us. And we took it, so that's going to be the flooring. These are the nesting boxes on this side. Well, this is where they will be. They haven't been built yet, but we will be leaving the wood as the flooring. Man, the wind's really going to kill it. We're going to just leave the wood on this side in the nesting boxes, and then the rest of the coop will be tile. So, and the way I'm going to do that is I'm just going to take the tile, lay them in here with PL glue. I'm not going to do any mortar or grout or anything like that. Just all it needs to be is a slick surface that's easy to clean. So we're just going to snag a couple tubes of PL glue and slap those down. And then all of the seams, I'll just get some of that great stuff, foam insulator, that spray can insulator, and we'll just fill in all the gaps. And then we'll be putting up, I've decided we're going to go ahead and do milled ends for the sides. It'll look like a log cabin chicken coop when we're done. I think it'll be pretty cool. So there's the progress, and stick around, you'll get to see the rest of the build. Alright, the nesting boxes are all installed, and I wanted to give a quick glimpse at how they're held in place. I just cut a couple wedges of 2x4 here, put one on each side on the bottom, screwed them down into the floor, and then there's one up on each side up here connected to this 2x4, and they just kind of slide in place like that. So really simple, easy design, nothing fancy. Getting ready to tile. I'm going to be using this kind of tile here. It is really nice tile. I got it for free, so that's why I'm using it. I could, if I didn't have this, I would go buy some laminate flooring, like some linoleum or something like that. That was just something cheap, something probably used. I would look for at a secondhand store or something. But free is better than cheap. So they're porcelain tile, Florida tile. They're 12 by 24 pieces. I'm going to be locking them down with this PL glue. This stuff's crazy. So if you're gonna use this to set your tile, don't plan on taking the tile out at any point. This is gonna stay here forever. So I'm not planning on taking the tile out, because if I were, I'd, ruin the subfloor. So if you're ever doing something in your house, you can use that. I've used it before, but don't plan on taking it out without ruining your subfloor. So that's what I'm using. That's my brilliant idea for putting this stuff in. So I'm gonna get hacking at it. So you can see the little dibbles I'm putting on. I'm barely doing any, just a small bead of the glue around the outside. So Not a whole lot of it needed. Alright, here's how far I've got so far. And just laid all the whole pieces, and the next step is to make all these little cuts. Not too many of them, but there's a few, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. Got the tile saw rigged up over here. Got it nice and level, hillbilly style. There it is. Well, I just want to do a quick little update on the chicken coop, how it's going. Before we look at that, let's check out this wisteria in full bloom here. Oh, it smells so good right here. This stuff's awesome. So pretty. But anyway, so I'm making some progress on the coop. I've got a couple of the walls up. The roof is on. I have one more wall to finish, and then I'll have to build I'll have to build the front doors and just kind of go through and seal everything up with the insulation. But here's a look at it. We got some free. The roofing up top is it's part of a barn that collapsed during the snowstorm, so we got that for free, which is awesome. I got their door put in right there. The flooring's in. So yeah, I'm just kind of finishing this wall here today. Hopefully I'll get that finished. The nesting boxes are done. This side's sided. We'll kind of cruise around the gate here and take a look at the other side. But yeah, it's been a really tough process. It's taken a lot longer than I thought it would, and a lot of that is due to the material that I'm using. These milled ends. They're great because they were free, but in retrospect, I would have much rather have gone and bought some plywood and use that just to save my time. You know, I've spent so much time building this thing that where I could have had like 3 more big projects done had I done it the other way. But anyway, it's a valuable learning experience, and you can see these are just super simple. This thing pops open. Got your nesting boxes there. It's just gonna take some sealing up of insulation. Oh, I don't think I mentioned this. This is the roost here. I just used some reclaimed 2x4s, and then these are branches from some fir trees that fell down during the snowstorm, so I got those for free. Got a free roost there. They got plenty of space, I think. Take a closer look at the door. So here's the sliding door. Just used a piece of extra siding that I had, just some scrap wood, and this is this is like a 1x2, I think it is, that I just kind of used as a spacer, and then this little piece of wood here is it serves as the track for the door, so when it stays in there and slides up, and that's where it'll kind of park. I got that much space for the chickens to come out, and I'll be building a ramp for them. But it's going to be real simple. I'm just going to put a screw with an eye hole here, another one up here, and then one here, and then we'll have a little cleat to tie the rope off to over there. Oh, and one other thing I wanted to show. The floor was like sagging pretty bad in the middle. Now you can see it's nice and straight. I had put this 2x6 in that my neighbor gave me. He drove by and saw that it was sagging and offered me this for free, which is really cool. Love my neighbors. So basically what I did was I put this flush to the bottom of this piece of wood, screwed it in, and then down on this side I just, actually my car jack is still over there, but I just jacked up that end with a 4x4 on top of the jack. Got it to where this was nice and straight and bolted it in, so now it's way stronger. So yeah, it's just taking a lot of time. One thing I found out is that this area right here inside the coop is a real nice place to take a nap when you're working too hard. Don't tell anybody that, but yeah, it's coming along, and I'm thinking maybe, I always underestimate, but hopefully just a couple more days and I'll be done. The hardest part was back here, because of, I had the poor idea to put the nesting boxes on this side and then have them come through the fence so that we could just do everything we needed to do from this side of the fence. Like, this is our driveway, so we could drive by, grab the eggs, open and close the door. It'd be real easy. It just did not work out. It just wasn't going to work. So I put the nesting boxes over here. We'll have to come, either from the house this way or around the gate. It's not too big of a deal. But anyway, in putting this foundation so close, I had to squeeze back there to put these milled ends of wood up, and they're just so heavy. These things, the thick ones, and I could have probably used some thinner pieces, but I used the ones I used. They were just insanely heavy. They weigh like 200 some odd pounds a piece. So, and I was doing it by myself, and I should have asked for help. But anyway, it's gonna get done. I think that the front doors, I'm just gonna frame up some plywood, something real simple, and we'll put a couple pieces of the milled wood up top. The doors will probably come maybe halfway up. I'm thinking right around there. So yeah, right now I'm working on these little pieces over here. It's kind of a nice break, getting these little pieces, and we'll just go all the way up to the top, and then I'll finish the rest of this, and then this wall, hopefully I'll be able to finish that today before work. Oh, you tired, huh? Go out, catch those mice. Alright, so we are gonna go take a peek at the finished product of the chicken coop over here. There's a couple more little things that need to be done, but for the most part it's ready for the chickens to go in. I'll just go take a peek. Mostly right now there's little things to button up, and then just cleaning up the area. So, but yeah, let's go take a peek at it. There you can see, got it all sided and got the doors put on. Doors are nothing fancy as usual, but there we go. That's what it looks like. I'm just gonna I got my door handles and a latch to put on the front, and then I got to put some handles on the nesting boxes. But yeah, that's it. There she is. Took me way longer than I wanted it to. What we're gonna do today is get the solar powered fence charger, and then I'll rig up the fence. I'm gonna put bedding in there, put all the rest of the hardware pieces on, and then we can move the chicks out because they're getting big and getting ready to go in. So thanks for following along on the chicken coop build.